Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. The phone doesn't want to cooperate. Nothing wants to cooperate these days. So, welcome back and happy fall. We have had phone trouble, computer trouble. There's always equipment trouble, but those electronic things, oh my gosh, they really slow things down, and we've been busy. You can't always get right on top of some of that stuff. Electronics are a different breed of horse. It gets a little bit delicate working on some of that stuff. I always try, but it doesn't always work. How's that? Then the sun's not at you. So I'm walking out in the hayfield, you can see. Look at this. We are doing a fourth cutting. So we actually started this fourth cutting like probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. We started in continuous rain, and it was a great time to move on to working on one of the houses that needed attention. So a couple of months back, Jack and I had started scraping and painting a house. And if you're following us on Instagram, which I highly suggest, if you can't find it, it is Mommy Milestones, Honey Creek Farm. Go over to the channel. There's a link over to the Instagram and to the Etsy shop. That's where we have been able to focus all of our time and dodging some of the electronic issues. So I had a bad hinge on the computer, and it finally pinched the cord enough that it quit working. Because all these shipping containers are sitting out in the ocean, not getting unloaded, stock is very limited. Well, I didn't want to just go get whatever absolute cheapest was available, and we just needed something bare bones to be able to make videos, edit videos, and we're still working on that. In the meantime of all this chaos happening, we had phone trouble also. I upgraded to a better phone. We got no service after that, and I only could get service in major cities. Once you got into any of the outlying suburbs, it would not work. So, can you see him? There he is. The sun is totally in my eyes, so this is hard for me. He's out tedding this morning. This is the north field, and we cut 2 rounds around the outside and then had to leave the center because of all the rain. Issues. So I returned the phone, went back to my old phone. It was having shutdown issues, so we weren't even able to record. The minute you would hit photo or camera, it was dying. Turns out I needed a new battery, but service is still kind of sketchy because they're phasing out and downgrading all of the older phones. Mine is a Galaxy S5. Okay, there was a 6, a 7. I never upgraded because they started doing onboard, not changeable batteries after a 7. Then there was 8 and a 9. I don't know if there was an 11 and 12, and then they went to like 20. 20 is the new one. You know, a new phone is like $700 or $800. You used to be able to buy a car for that. I'm thinking this is insane. I'm not going to do it. I'll just buy whatever is new in stock on eBay and keep going. So a new battery for $6 solved the phone trouble mostly. So then there was the computer. We put out a notice, a post like what you just saw for the live. Hey, help us out, go to PayPal. We're doing what we can. So we do paid advertising on YouTube, and that brings in a little bit of money, but it still wasn't enough for a computer. You're talking, $500 to $1,000 for an in-stock computer. The cheap ones just really aren't there because of all the homeschool situations that have been going on. Speaking of which, we always have homeschooled the kids. So they had already pre-ordered a computer that was supposed to take about 8 weeks, and ended up taking about 16 weeks. The new computers don't have a disk drive. They don't have an SD reader, so you have to directly plug in your phone or your computer to that, and no editing software. So that's a new challenge for me because I always just videoed on the phone or our camera, and then transferred it over to the computer and used whatever software. I think we used Windows Movie Maker. So I had to learn a new program and figure out what's what's going on with that. In the meantime, hey, I could do a live. I tried to do a live about a week and a half ago when we were working on the house. We were working on siding installation and windows, and that's why I said go over to Instagram, because then you can at least keep in touch and know what we're working on. So we've been getting this other rental house ready. We're going to sell it. We're not going to rent it out. It needed the roof finished. Jack and I have been working on the painting. We started working on the east troughs because the basement was wet. Then we started finding out that we needed some tuck pointing done in the basement. So inside and out. We started in on that. Murdoch's had some lessons. He's been watching a real good mason called Mike Haddock. And thanks, Mike, for all your lessons. It's been entertaining. We've been doing everything. So now I found out at least why the little room under the porch is wet, and I'm going to move on to that. So when you can't make videos, you watch videos and you keep learning. But this was a nice way to spend our Sunday today. It's supposed to get up to 63 degrees. Yesterday was in the 50s. The day before was in the 40s. So this is his third day of making hay like this. Now, if it doesn't dry out, he'll just chop it and be able to use it. We have done very late season hay in the past. I think the one year I was picking it up in the field, probably early December, and was able to get it out. It was going to snow that night. I put on my Carhartts, I grabbed the manure spreader in the tractor. He had already worked all day and just didn't have anything left in him to do it, and I didn't want to have to get it in the snow. So December being the latest. If you're not familiar, we're in Michigan, and it's hard to be able to get drying time. I know our neighbors quit. Their barn was full like 2 months ago, and they weren't going to get a third cutting. So we knew that it would be kind of a hard year for hay, and we've been feeding out of that silage pile from videos back. It got bigger. We did baled hay the next time, and the neighbors are saying, hey, you know, if you want to take the hay off of our field, it will make better hay for them in the spring if it's off. I don't know that we will. We have worked the sickle bar mower to death. So our winter project is, if you look back a couple years ago, well, more than a couple years ago, it was our first hay field way over on the east, and Murdoch was about 4 or 5 years old. So Murdoch's 13 now. Definitely more than a few years. We had an old John Deere Moco hay vine, and I don't know what the number is on it, but it was clogging up. We were having trouble. You know, lots of comments about, you know, higher speed, more hydraulic power and things like that. I think he said the hydraulic thing needs changed. I'm not real sure. When we get to that, we'll fill you all in on it. It's been interesting just to kind of see what is going on and be able to work on equipment. So what else has been going on? Well, as always, painting, repairs, repairing furniture, houses, and equipment. So yesterday I did 2 pieces of furniture. The day before I did a running gear that was the sister to the running gear that got tipped over in a storm. And I've just been kind of waiting on him. Now today I have to go mow lawns and take care of leaves in the city. So they have like yard debris pickups on Tuesday. So with it being Sunday, some of them are on the main roads, and you can't put the leaves and debris out until the day of collection, or else you just have to put it like up in your yard. Then they rake it. They've got like a scraper and a garbage truck, and they go along, they scrape it all up like with a backhoe and put it into the garbage truck to take away for composting. Small city yards, not a lot of place for doing your own composting, and without a truck I can't just haul it away. So a couple of the kids and I are going to go mow today, take a tarp. We've got a little electric leaf blower. We have a gas blower that hasn't worked in years. So we're going to probably just see what's going on with that. Maybe it'll start. It'd be really great if we could do 2 leaf blowers, blow it onto the tarp. There's not a whole lot of trees. A lot of them are maple trees and walnut trees. So the 1 yard mowing it has been a nightmare because there's walnut trees from the neighbors' properties all over the place. Doesn't it look nice? So now I know why there's not so many maple trees and walnut trees in the city these days. People are cutting them down because they don't want to clean them up. I'm one of the few trees on my street, the house that I was working on last year, that has planted trees. I had one tree in the front yard when I bought the house, and we planted 4 knowing that one tree was going to die. And it just looks so nice. And I'll tell you, real estate wise, it really helped out having those there, having the fall colors come in. You see all these fall colors behind me? They're starting to fall. There's been, 2 weeks of rain. So it's not as beautiful as it was because most of the maples are already down, and the walnuts, they've already lost most of their leaves like 2 weeks ago. Look at that. So that's what's been going on with us. We're going to get some lunch and we're going to head out to work. But I just wanted to take a second, say hi back to everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Then you will know when the next video comes out. I'm working on it. We got the new computer delivered this week. We just kind of had to work out all the details. People went onto our PayPal. There's some of the older videos that say, like, leave me a tip and stuff. And some of our viewers helped fund the new computer. So thank you to everybody who did that. It was always helpful. All the purchases that I've made over the last year that I picked up at thrift stores, the free finds, the free furniture, I've been painting and selling that. And it just kind of helps with everything so that we can keep on going. It's been a rough 2020 and 2021, I think, financially for everybody. And we're always frugal spenders, but we definitely wanted to be careful and not overextend ourselves. We've been buying siding and windows, and I just had to buy new tires for the car, and we got really, really lucky in a car deer accident. We were behind a little Mustang that destroyed itself and of course it happened just minutes before we got there. We came upon the deer and we jumped the deer. The whole family was in the car and it did not do any damage. There's some blood and guts gore on Instagram of that, but everybody was fine. The car managed well, and I thought, for all of that, let's at least buy her some new tires and keep everything going. So that's what's been going on with us, everybody. I hope everything's going good with you. I hope everyone's having a happy fall harvest and just a happy season. The Christmas commercials are out, and those are happy times. With a house full of kids, they can't wait to start decorating, and it's just been an interesting couple of days musically in our house because they are already watching and listening to Christmas. So we're getting on with all that and still trying to keep in mind that it is fall and harvest season. So this is one of our harvests that we're doing now. The combine was going and doing corn yesterday. So we're busy. We're always busy, but hopefully we'll see you again soon and not be too busy to figure out some new editing. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Bye-bye.